good morning. There's a few people who've joined me already. Hello, Patty Burrows from Oregon. Oh, I just knocked the table. Hello. Bit glary in here today. How is everybody? Good? Good. We're expecting a 40-degree heat wave today, which is not when I want to be locked in my craft room without a fan on. But we can't have any fans or anything when we're playing with Gilding Flakes. I've got one attached to my shelf. It's not giving me much air, but at least it's something. It was okay until about 10 minutes ago, and all of a sudden it went whooshka. It's quite hot here today. Not even summer this week, first day of summer this week. Watching from Vancouver. Sorry, I have to put my glasses on to read. Maryland. Terry, hi. Is that Kaz up there? I can see a little picture of Kaz. I'm sure that's Kaz. Hello Kaz, how you doing, sweetheart? Okay. Alright, so today we're playing with, get outside Chelsea. Today we're playing with Gilding Flakes. I hadn't played with them for 12 months and I spent all day Tuesday playing with them. I'm glad I did because my cleaner came on Wednesday and was able to clean up all the mess. And I remembered why I haven't played with them for 12 months because they're messy. They're really, really messy. But because they're in the new catalogue, I thought I'd just give you a quick overview on how I use them and what mediums and things that you can use them with. Hey, Barbara. Hello. Even Barbara's... You awake? What is it? Oh, yeah. You're awake. You're awake all the time. Alright. First thing I want to mention is the winners of the craft room photos. I absolutely love them all. I chose 5 winners and they'll each get a free tutorial, and I've just scheduled a post for 11:05 this morning, so that'll go, you'll see that after the Facebook Live. And the winners are, I've put my glasses on, forgive me because I can't read my own writing, Karen Rendell, or Rendell, because her craft room was just so beautiful and neat and organised, and I have OCD, so I absolutely love that one. Tia Marie, I think it was. Honestly, girl, I didn't know where to look in that room. There was just stuff everywhere. You'd really need a whole day just to go through every little thing in there. That was amazing. I don't know how you work in that, but it was amazing. Emma Jaramillo, who had her little converted kitchen corner craft room, did well to do that. Helen, oh God, I can't read my own writing. Helen Teets had that really big room that was like the size of my whole house, and that was absolutely stunning. And Erica Edney, who is allergic to pussycats, but put a picture that she printed out of a pussycat on her desk, and I thought that was very creative. So they were the 5 winners. I said 3, but I couldn't decide there were that many, so I went with 5. So I put the post to be scheduled for 11:05. There's a link to my Pinterest board. It's easier to look on that because then you can see all of them at once, and click on those and it goes to my blog. Just write down the exact one, because some names are similar, and just flick me a message with the one that you want and I'll send it to you. Alright, that was fun. Thank you for taking the time to do that. Alright, Gilding Flakes. Alright, we're looking at page 33. I'm going to flip the camera now. Excuse my fingers getting in the way. Alright, I'm going to flip the camera. Alright. Oh, it's all over the place. These Archon stands are supposed to be fabulous, but I must say, I do wrestle with it. Alright, quick flick, there's the catalogue, page 33. You will need, number 3, the gold leafing embellishments, and you will need number 6, the heat and stick powder. And I can't show you that catalogue. I think most of us have got the new one already. I got another one in the mail. I didn't know we were getting one. So you'll need both of those out of the new mini catalogue if you don't already have them. Alright, I really have no idea where to start because I'm going to zoom in a bit. Oops, probably not quite that much. Alright, because to see the effect, it's going to have to be up close, but I also need room for the containers. Hang on, turn the volume down. Alright, Gilding Flakes. If you saw the end of my last video, these are Gilding Flakes. Now I've got gold, I've got rose coloured ones, I've got silver ones, and I've got the combination of all three. So I don't throw it away. If you've got big flakes, just get another container and I'll show you what I mean, and they all go in there. Then you've got a multicoloured one. I think I did mention these weren't particularly good containers. Now remember I said you can't breathe, you can't sneeze, you can't drop anything. You have to go really slow. So I do apologise if this goes a bit long, but I will go as fast as I can. So you carefully open the lid. Now, because I just bought these because they were a good size, I didn't stop to think that these might tilt over. And that's the last thing you want when you've got Gilding Flakes. So when you get a big container, because they come in that small jar, but then once you open them, they're like popcorn. They just grow. They're just everywhere. So be mindful of what sort of a container you put them in. I'm not sure. I'm guessing the Stampin' Up! Ones will come in a jar, like the ones that I've got. I don't know why I've still got the jar, because I think there were still things inside there. Alright, things that you will need. Right, you need your sticky stuff. Mine is just a Ranger one, and it's really, really stinky. That's my sticky embossing powder. And it's just like normal embossing powder, but it just heats to a sticky thing. You'll need a nice big tray. I've put paper inside the tray, one, so that you could see what I'm doing, because it was too hard to see on the foil. And then you can just fold it up, and then you tip that into your mixed one. So get yourself some aluminium trays. Other things that you will need. A good anti-static cloth. You'll need one of those, and keep that purely for the flakes, because they will end up all over that, although not too bad. So we need those. I've got a pair of, I think these are like silicone scissors, so tape doesn't stick to them. Make sure your Versamark is really inked up, so you'll need Versamark. The buddy, the embossing buddy, that's helpful as well. I've got a hole in mine, that's why it's held together, because I couldn't be bothered finding a needle and thread and sewing it up. Because I couldn't work out why I was getting powder everywhere. So an embossing buddy. And I got these really neat brushes. These were from my cheapo $2 shop. I just happened to see them and thought, oh, they'd make really good brushes. They're not soft, but they're not rough, not rock hard. And they're really, really cool brushes. And there was a 2-pack. Paint brushes I find aren't strong enough, and you'll see why. You need something with a bit of grit to it. A paintbrush just won't do anything. So get something that's a bit coarser, I guess. Alright, so there's all our things that we will need. Now, I don't know what I'm doing with what. It'll just be whatever takes my fancy at the time. Okay, first one we will do is just simple stamping. Now, when I was cleaning out, because I haven't been creative this week, I've been totally blocked. And when I'm blocked, I start cleaning. I found my original cards that I'd made. Couldn't find them for days, and then I came across them. Alright, now just let me see, is that close enough? Alright, so this is just stamping, and that was with, I can't remember what stamp set that was. It's retired now. And I think I've just stamped the base, just with a brown or a crumb cake. And then I've done the trees with the mixture of the 3 different flakes. So that was the first card I found. I'm not actually going to be making a card, I'm just showing you the techniques. This was one I did the other day using the new Life is Beautiful. Because I couldn't find that, I couldn't remember how I did it, so I did this one. One thing you'll come to realise is not all stamps are suitable for the flakes. Very detailed things, it does tend to get a bit blobby. I use the snowflakes for the top of that. Some of them are okay, but some of them are just blobs. So there's not any hard and fast rule. It's you just have to test it to see if it's going to work. So that was the, I'm going to try that one again, but I'm not going to use the snowflakes. I'm going to try the leaves on that one. Alright, so that's just stamping. The other, I did some samples for you to show you the difference. That was the textures. I can't remember what that one was. Textured Essentials. What I've done is I've shown you the difference between silver heat embossing and the silver flakes. You can see in that it's very detailed, so it doesn't come out. But obviously with the normal silver heat embossing it does. I just want to show you that it's not going, I had the expectation it was going to look like heat embossing, and it doesn't. The more detailed, the less chance it's going to work. So can you see that? See the difference there between those two? And I did the same thing with another stamp out of that set. That's copper heat embossing, and that's the copper, or my flakes are rose coloured flakes, or they're sort of like copper. So because I didn't stamp properly and I didn't put enough heat and stick on it, it's a little bit blobby all around it. But yet when I did the heat embossing, it worked out fine. So it's up to you. You'll just have to try whatever stamp that you want to use and see if it's going to work. And I did a bunch of them. But I wanted to show you, to compare the heat embossing with the flakes. Alright, this was another one I did last year. I can't remember that stamp set. Flourishes are nice, if you've got a nice flourish, and I've done that with the rose. And that was, I can't remember the name of that set, it's retired as well. And that's actually heat embossed, because that you wouldn't be able to do that with the flakes because it's too fine. But anything with a nice solid image like that makes a really good flake project. Alright, let's get started. Okay, what colour are we going to use? Alright, get everything ready. We'll do the tree, and I'm actually going to do the tree on white. So just to compare them, I think black is great, but I think the white was better, so I'm going to do my sample on white. Alright, first thing, buddy over the whole thing. And decide what colours I'm going to use. So I might do the gold tree, and then I'm going to do the coloured leaves. Alright, so hang on, got to get the heat tools. Hang on. You've got to have a really hot heat tool. I'm just going to heat it up for a sec. Alright, let's try not make a mess. Now, you've got to be quite quick in doing this, in the heating part of it, and then putting the flakes on. You can't just do it and then just let it sit there. Alright. Alright, don't know if I've got all that. Alright, so stamp our tree. Get our sticky stuff ready. Alright, so you're doing it just like you would if you're using silver or gold embossing powder. Alright, one thing you have to do is cover everything up. As soon as you've used something, cover it straight up or you'll end up with flakes everywhere. Alright, so now that that's got the powder, you watch how, you probably won't be able to see it quite as well on here. I'll probably have to do a black one, but it dries in like 2-3 seconds, as long as your heat tool's heated up. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. I'll do it on black so you can see how quickly it dries. Alright, it took a bit longer because that was cold. Alright, get your tray, Now you can do it either way. You can just dip it in here, hold it, but you've got to be really quick. So you just pick up a handful carefully and then just pile it on. Don't worry that it looks all glunky. And then just use your finger to spread it around so that it sticks to all that sticky heat and stick. Now it's not a quick process whatsoever. Takes a really long time because, as you can see, alright, so there's step one. Then I grab one of my brushes. Alright, use your finger to push it down. Don't be afraid to damage it, that's not going to happen. Alright, so there's a little bit there that I've missed. I don't know if there's any heat and stick on that. Yep, alright, so there was a bit of a gap there, so just pick up some more. Here's the messy bit. Now we're going to get the brush, and I just go around in circles, and I find that that gets all that loose part off, all the flakes that aren't on the glue. Oh, this one's actually pretty easy. Alright, so then, alright, so there's a bit of a lumpy bit, so any lumpy bits, mind you, I wouldn't normally be doing this in the air, I'd be doing it flat on the desk, but just press down any bits. Okay, so that looks pretty good for the first part of it. I might get some. Alright. Right, this is where your anti-static cloth comes in really handy. It just takes all those bits, and also turn it over because you'll find there's heap on the back as well, although I did pretty good with that. Alright, carefully close the lid and get the coloured ones ready. Alright. Carefully open it. Alright, so now we're going to put a couple of leaves on there, and I'm going to use the multicoloured box that I've got with all the leftovers. Get our glue, get our smelly stuff ready. Probably could have a smaller spoon in there. Alright, so leaves, I'm just going to, I can't really tell where I'm putting them, but you can always go back and add some more. A lot of guesswork. Alright, cover that up. I think in colder temperatures this would you'd have to be extra quick because the I mean it's hot today, so it's sort of staying melty a bit longer. Alright, cover it up. We'll hit that one. So you really got to have everything ready after you've heated it. I don't know if you can see how quickly that's melting now that the heat tool's a little bit warmer. So you really don't want too large an image, because by the time you get to the end of it, the first bit will probably be dry. Alright, now this one I'm just going to open it, and I'm just going to turn it upside down carefully. See how I fluff that then? Just carefully put that in. It's whatever works for you. Okay, and just use your finger, press down. And then just, hopefully you've got all those leaves. And then drop them, get them all off there. Oops. See what I mean about having a nice firm brush, but not one that's really hard that's going to scratch it. Alright. Alright, so this one's done really well because it's got some blobs in it. I'm going to show you how to get rid of those. Alright, now I don't know if you can see in there, I hope you can. What I do is I kind of scrape it with the edge of the bristles. There's a couple of big, so some of the leaves have blobbed together, and that would be because of the flakes. So I'm just going to break them up. Alright, so obviously see how it's much easier to do it when it's on a flat surface. What I do, there's a big blob there, and if you just sorry about the shaking the table there. Alright, so you're just going to, you can, sometimes I've got to look at the stamp itself to see if there's something that's, like if there's too much of a blob there. Yep. So there's that one. Alright, wipe your buddy over, your anti-static cloth. Oh look, the back's good too. Oh, I'm doing good today. Alright. And there's that one with the two-tone. Good. Alright, so that's that one. I will do a black one in a minute. Oh, actually, I've got a black one coming up, so... Alright, let's go to the next one. So that's stamping. So you just test whatever you want. Obviously, something too intricate, detailed is not going to work. Okay, there's step one. Stamping. Alright, step two. Step two. Embossing. Okay, we've got an embossing folder. We've got a sample of a card. This was the old, I can't even remember what the name of that embossing folder was. It's retired, I don't have it anymore. We're going to do one of those, and I'll probably use the multicoloured one as well to make that one. So, embossing folder, Versamark. You need some double-sided sticky sheets. I just get these from my local Junko shop for $2.50, and there's 4 in there. Stampin' Up sell them as well. It's just that I was there and I saw them, so I grabbed them. So you need double-sided sticky sheets. These are 2 samples again. That's just plain embossing on gold foil, and that's using the gold flakes and embossing. I wouldn't do that again. I'd just go with the gold foil, just to show you the difference. Might look different in multiple colours, but I think with the trees you couldn't really do multiple colours. So that's just the sample of both of those. Right. Okay, double-sided sticky sheet. So you just attach one. Look at me being organised. We're going to attach one to a piece of cardstock, which I don't have. Here we go, I found one. Alright, so peel your paper off. I hope it's about the right size. Alright, so just attach it to a piece of Whisper White thick. Always do thick. Thin, you need a bit of weight behind it. Alright, and peel off the top layer. And this one's super duper easy, but messier. Alright, because you're working with a full sheet and you don't want to get a big blob of one colour. You want to try and mix it all up. So for this one, you just put it in with the sticky side up. We don't need the Versamark for this one because the sticky is doing the trick for us. Alright, this one I'm just going to grab a handful of my mixture and just sprinkle it over. Alright, just spread it around with your finger. Zip. Oh dear, there we go, first accident. All I did was I flicked the tray. That's all I did. Alright, That's some more bits over there. You'll be able to see where you've missed spots. So just spread a bit more over that area. Did I tell you it was messy? It's messy. Alright, and it sticks to you everywhere. Alright, let's try and remove some of that. Right. Just run your finger down it, that'll take off all the loose bits. And then shoot your brush. As before, just try and get all those big chunky bits off. I told you, it's not a quick process. Alright, that's about as much as we can do. So, I'm going to very carefully pick all this up and drop it back in the box. After a while that just becomes dust, so you will need to throw it away. Oh god, it's everywhere. Alright, nearly done. So just give it a nice rub over. There we go. Well, it doesn't look much now, but it'll look fantastic when it goes through the embossing folder. And the beauty of that is it flattens it more when it goes through that. Now see all that dust? I'd throw that away. That's no use. It's no good. Alright. A couple of big bits in there, but because I'm going to emboss it, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Oh look, and the other day I had the back covered in it, so I don't know what I'm doing different today. Alright, carefully move that. Carefully move that. Flakes everywhere. Alright, embossing. We're going to pop that through, and because I don't have that embossing folder, I grab whatever this one's called. I can't remember what that one's called. I'm terrible, I don't know what half the things are called. Alright. So, just normal. Oh, and just pop it in. The pieces are probably a bit big. And see how that's all very uneven and rough and looks disgusting. There's no shine on it. I think it's a bit too big. And anyway. Sorry for shaking the camera when I run this through. Whoop. There we go. Oh, big one. Alright, move that out of the way. And here we have it. Ta-da! What a difference does that make? Doesn't that look really awesome now? Right? The going through the big shots flattened it and made it all nice. No big chunky bits on it anymore. And there's the comparison of the two. And then you just trim it down and just that's all you need and a sentiment and that card's done. You like that one? And that's easier than stamping and using the Versamark. It's just using a double-sided sticky sheet. You got that? Alright, let's go to the next one. I don't want to be too much longer. Alright. Alright, die cuts. I won't do this one. This one works exactly the same way. You have double-sided sticky sheet. You just put whatever colour down you want. Obviously, if you wouldn't do it for gold, you would just, die cut with gold foil. Sorry, unless you wanted the rustic look. I was going to do that one, but it's going to take too much time because I've still got 2 more things to show you. Die cuts look really well, so just cover the whole sheet and then just die cut them. And once again, that'll flatten them a bit. Any die cuts will work. That was just one without any detail to it. They're just from the Boho Indigo. Lovely as a, not lovely as a fern. Oh, whatever that one. My favourite one, Forever Fern. So that's doing die cuts. Works exactly the same way. Cover that with all your whatever colour and then just die cut it. So that's that one. Stencils. You can use stencils. I had a bit of a play with the stencils. This was whatever that one, whatever the stencils were. I've done just plain silver, and I've done the multicoloured on the black. They'd make nice backgrounds. Same thing. Put your cardstock down, place your stencil down, and then Versamark all over it. Which I'll do it while I'm here. Alright. The only thing is you don't know if you're doing an even, getting it even. So maybe cut a piece bigger. Alright, the stencil. I should have done it on black. I'll do it on black so you can see how quickly it heats up. Oh, we'll do it again. Alright. This is why you need a nice juicy Versamark. Right. Oh, did you notice I didn't do my embossing buddy? So let's just see how this works out. Stinky stuff. Cover it up. Right, you watch how quickly this heats up. You see that melting? Alright. And I might do silver. I should have had this ready. Just chuck some big clunks of silver on there. So do you think you're going to like doing this? Right, just use your finger, get rid of any of that large flakes. I'll probably put that in the mixture. Top that back up. Alright, I'm going to do this one down here so it's quicker. I hope you can see that. Right, so see how there's a glug there and a gluggy bit there and there? The rest of it looks pretty good. So just scrape it and that comes off. Scrape it, comes off. So I guess the most important thing is a good brush. There we go. That looks quite nice. And again, see the bits on the back of it, very fine, especially on the black. You notice it more on the black. And there's that one, and that's a stencil. So you can use stencils too. Alright, next one and the last one. This one's a little bit tricky. This one is actually using your tapes, your Terran tapes. I've got a 3/8 of an inch, a 1/4 inch, and I think that's a 1/2 inch. I've used 3 different sizes. This one was a butterfly that I had die cut from a sheet of gold, and that's just sticky strips, sticky tear and tape down the side. This was the sample that I did the other day. So all I've done is I've used my grid mat to line up my strips evenly. Then I've taken off a few, dunked them in the gold, then I took off the rest and dunked them in the silver. It's hard to do. I found that yeah, I got some of the silver in the gold, and yeah, it depends on how you like it. The one trick that you need to know is always trim it down. If you don't trim these sides down, I don't know if you can see that. See how there's all like daggy bits on the side there? Always cut a piece bigger. Sorry, always cut a piece bigger than you need, and then trim these daggy ends off it so that it doesn't look ragged like that. If you can see that. See the other side as well, and the top. Probably hard to see. But yeah, so either die cut a rectangle or something, or just trim the sides off it so it's nice and neat. Alright, so all I did, just used my grid paper, and you can't actually do this. Oh, you've got to have a plastic one. So I just lined up diagonally, corner to corner on one of my vertical lines, and then I just grabbed some tape. I won't do the whole thing. And then, sorry if my head's in the way, I can't quite see straight over it. And then I just went selectively and changed all the different sizes using my grid mat. And I can't see that. Alright, you've got to make sure that it's fully down. Oh, where's the other one? Oh, goodness gracious. Can't find the other end now. Let's make sure it's firmly down. And I'll just do one more thick one. Just to give you the idea. Yeah, so don't try and stick it to our paper grid mats. Because it will stick. That's where these Teflon scissors come in handy. Now we lift that up. We're going to... Oh, I just got a blast of hot air come through the door. Oh, yick. It's going to be horrible. Oh, the only problem is it sticks to your fingers and it sticks everywhere. Alright, so trim... Oh, I'm going to have to close the door. Sorry, wind's blowing. Alright, won't be much longer now because I've just had to close the door. There's a hot breeze coming in there. Alright, so just trim the excess tape off. Alright, making sure they're all nice and firm down. Alright, so I'll take 2 off and do it silver, and then I'll take the other 2 off and do them gold. I'll take those 2 off. Alright, because it's already sticky. I haven't used the rose gold yet, so we'll use that one. Alright. Carefully open the lid so as not to blow them everywhere. Alright, so just drop the rose. Oh, that worked out well. Alright, press it down with your finger. Rub off the excess back into the box. Close the lid carefully. I'll tell you what, you'll do it once, you'll do something, you'll drop something, or you'll sneeze or whatever, and you will never do it again. Oops, see, I just dropped that then and the flakes went up. Alright, once again, just rub it all off. you got a nice straight line there that where the tape is. It's a little bit bumpy, so just use your finger to flatten it. Alright, so there's the rose. So I'll take off those other two strips and we're nearly done. Alright, just make sure we wipe that down. Alright, there is a bit of rose on that, but we're going to take that off so it doesn't matter. But when you take this off, you just want to make sure there are no of the first colour that you used lying around anywhere, because then that will get stuck to it. Alright, what colour? Rose gold and gold. Here's gold. Oh look, there's flakes going everywhere. Alright, carefully open it. And I'll do the same thing. And be careful with these because they're poisonous to animals, I believe, and that's why I got to make sure that I really clean up, because my cat eats everything. He ate one of my, I don't know, most of you probably know this, but my cat ate one of my headbands, one of my little round scrunchies, about 18 months ago. He ate it, and he was throwing up on a Sunday, and I thought, oh, that's not good, and it was like really horrible colour. So I rushed him to the vet on Monday morning, and I said, you know, he's been throwing up, he's sick, and I suspect that he swallowed one of my headbands. And she took an x-ray and said, you're right, you know. $1,400 later to get it out. 2 weeks later, he's eating silicone gel bags out of the bottom of the lounge. He eats everything. So make sure you clean up really well if you've got cats. Oh, gee, see what happened? I just dropped it again. If you've got cats or dogs, just make sure no flakes, if they're prone to eating things like mine is, just make sure you clean up really well. Alright. Okay, there's the two-tone one using sticky strips. Once again, there's a bit of a rough edge on that, so you would just trim it down. There's a bit daggy bits hanging over the edge there. Trim it down to the size that you want. So always cut it a little bit bigger. Alright, I think that's all. Oh, I did have another one. I was going to try one. I'll just try one more. How long have I been on for? No, I won't try another one because it's getting too hot in here and I'm going to melt into a puddle. You've got the idea. You've got stencils, you've got embossing folders, stamping, and using sticky strips. So you've got the whole lot of them to play with and try it. I can't tell you what stamps are going to work. You'll just have to do it and just test them like I did. There was some other random ones that I tested and I didn't. Oh, I don't know where they're gone. Oh, they're gone. There were some other ones I tested and they were just blobs. There's just nothing came out of it. All right. That's it for me. I'm going to clean up everything, get my little mini vacuum cleaner out. I hope you enjoyed this. Next week I think I will do using painter's tape technique. The weekend after I won't be here, so it'll probably be the last one for this year. So next week I'm going to do painter's tape technique. I'm just going to duck over to my computer and see if there's any questions from anybody, and then I'll let you all go. Get back to your Saturday or Sunday, wherever you may be. Oh, messages. Holy crap. I don't think I'm going to have time to read all those. Yes, it is time intensive. Lots of steps, but it looks easy enough to do. Yeah, it is easy. The flakes are as bad as the backs of the dimensionals. Yes, they are. Those bloody dimensionals. The back of that sticks everywhere. Country Floral. Thank you, Tia. That was the one. Parisian Flourish. Oh, that was it, yeah. Yeah, that was it. Parisian Flourish. Okay, no one's really got any questions. Yeah, you can sand the edges down, but I couldn't be bothered doing that, Nancy. Alright, too dangerous for me. Yep, Pamela, same here. Alright, well that's it. No one's got any questions. Go away, have some fun. Thank you for sharing your photos on the Get Crazy, what was it? Whatever my Facebook page is called. Getting Crafty with Gail Facebook group. I love seeing your interpretation of the samples that I show you. A lot of the time I'm just showing you the technique. I'm not really making cards. But anyway, I'm going to go clean up. I'm going to turn the air conditioner on now, which I couldn't do before. You all have a lovely day, and I will check back with you during the week. And don't forget the ladies that have won the free tutorial. The post should be up now because it was scheduled for 11:05. So get onto that and let me know which tutorials you want. Alright, I'll chat to you later, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye.